I'm Davey,
And I'm Jackie.
and this is the Weekend Hangover. Almost perfect.
Almost. I was like, I had like a piece of popcorn stuck in my like gum of my tooth, and I was like, oh my God.
I
That's
just,
so funny.
I was trying to look for I forgot where the intro was hidden. So I had to
Oh,
look for the brand, and then I was like, did I get the right one? And then which one was which for the intro, the outro? But thank God it says intro first and outro second. But
yes.
hi, it's been a couple weeks since we've been here.
I know. We are the worst.
But listen, we have lives and families, and sometimes family just calls and say, "Hey, I'm coming over," or "Hey, I gotta be somewhere," and it is what it is. We
Hmm.
we have our own thing, but I mean, it's nice to do when we can, you know, and we have a ton to talk about. But first, how have you been? I haven't seen you since Thursday.
I know. It's been forever.
I
And
know
it's
it's
feel like I haven't talked to you and Biz like every day
it's
since.
it's funny because we do this show, like we did. This will be our third show this week together,
Hmm.
and it's like
Yeah,
we do 2 shows a week together, so we know what we're doing. But we gotta be like,
I know.
so how's your week? But then again, you have 2 kids. I have one on the way. Well, the one that lives with me, one on the way, and so stuff happens between then and now. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Always.
but that So, um, for those of you who are joining us, we were talking today, and I've had some conversations with some people.
Hmm.
Oh, and Rumble just started in my ear, and I don't know. um, but yeah, I put out the clip of us kind of having a relationship talk,
Hmm.
and there was a lot of feedback on it. A lot of people like, "Oh, is that what you do?" 'Cause that sounds great. Like, I'd watch. I That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like, that sounds like somebody I'd watch. And so I called you today because we don't as of every show we do, we just wait till the 11th hour.
Yeah. By the
Like,
seam of our pants.
it's I this is why, like, I love our crew. Like, we just know, like, last weekend, you didn't call me and I didn't call you, and we both just knew that
That's
not
it.
today.
I was like, by 8:30, I was like, he knows. Because I
Like, it
forgot. I it was one of those days where like I kept meaning to like text you and be like, hey, I can't. Like, hey, I can't. Because I was over at my folks' place, which is like an hour from me. And I was by the time I got home, got the kids down, it was just it wouldn't have
Oh, no,
I'd
that
been
was
like,
never mind.
F
I was
this.
I was in Florida this weekend. The weekend before that was when it was the n no.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah.
so it was like, you
Yeah.
said 8:30, by 6 o'clock. I mean, we ended on Wednesday, and you're like, "I don't know. We'll talk later." And I went, "Sunday's the day off."
Yeah. It
But
happened. Like because my weekends, especially now, like my one son, he's going to be starting to do soccer and stuff on the weekend, and Sundays is usually when my family gets together because my sister-in-law has off from work on Sunday. So it just gets like crazy.
yeah.
But I'm doing better and preparing myself. I yelled at my whole family today for you guys. I did. I was like, leave me alone. Give me an hour. Everyone, leave me alone. I put my headphones on. I sat at the table, and like my husband was like grabbing the kids away from me. It's like, no, 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 no. Leave mama alone.
Well, it's funny because everybody, because I talk to a lot of people, and they're like, "Oh, so, how do I start a podcast?" And, like, I get shit for doing the podcast, from people, and they're just like, "Oh, you do a podcast, you don't talk to," and I say this to people all the time. It doesn't matter how many people you talk to. Like, yeah, we're doing it just because we want to. Like, if I, if you want to talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you. Like, if you want to talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you. Like, if you want to talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you. Like, I'm doing it. We're doing it just because we want to. If we make it,
Yeah.
we make it, then so be it. But we're just having a fun time just talking, chit-chatting, talking about, like, pop culture and news and letting everybody know kind of what's going on and stuff like that. So, and I've told that to many of people, like, dude, it doesn't matter who you're doing it for. You're always do it, whether
Right.
it's one person or 1,000 people, just do it for that person, and do it for yourself. Always know that you did the best you could, and you never know. You never know that one show where you're just like, "Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna take off." And you're like, "Hey, man, my uncle who, he works for Joe Rogan, and he saw you and he said, been talking about the show for so long, and then I watched and it wasn't that great." You know,
Yeah.
"Hey, Mama Bear, Mama Beaver." Um,
Hello.
but yeah, so you always got to just leave it all out there and do the best you can. But I was talking to a couple people, and like I said, they were like, "Oh, you do relationships stuff?" And I'm like, "We really do pop culture stuff." And then I was get you beaver. Um, and I was like, but whenever we do go into relationship stuff, we just go. Like, we
Oh
every
yeah.
single time. It doesn't matter like what, like we'll start the show sometimes and both of us are just like, "Okay, uh Vanderpump Rules, go." And then something happens where we
Like,
just start talking
I was
about,
like, it was boring, and then we talk about something else.
and then we get to like the family or relationship stuff, and it just takes off. And by the next time, a lot of times, next thing you know, we're 2 hours deep. We're like, "Oh my god, we gotta end it." But
Mhm.
so yeah, so I've figured that we could start, with some pop culture stuff. Everyone has an opinion. Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, it's and so I said to you today, I go, "Hey, why don't we just change it a little? Let's try and do some relationship stuff. We'll still do because we're gonna talk about what's her name again?
Princess Kate.
Oh,
Kate
that
Middleton?
lady. Yeah, that
Yeah,
lady,
her.
Kate Middleton.
The one
The
who's
the
missing.
oh yeah, the Duchess of Essex County. I don't know what she does.
Why the fuck did she want to be in Essex?
I don't
That was my
the
thought.
Princess of Cumberland County, I guess, or Ocean County, New Jersey. I don't know.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
we're gonna still do some pop culture stuff. But like I've recently seen like that whatever podcast, and
Mhm.
they have these girls on, and they know what they're doing. I mean, they're good at their marketing and whatnot, but sometimes they kind of take it a little too far sometimes, and and I think they just get on the girls a little too much, and I think some of it's play. I think some of the girls know
Yeah.
what their role is, and a lot of them
Mhm.
are there just to further their self because they have I think 1 million followers by now or whatnot, or they're up there. And a lot of these girls are just getting on uh, um, to just get their name out. But some of the things that they say are good. Some of the basis of it, of what they say, has some meaning to it. And I think that us being in the age we are, growing up in the time we are, and the time we did, because
Yeah.
I don't, man, we grew up in a weird time. Like, it was like the dawn of the internet. Like, it was everything was, like, brand new,
Yeah.
so and music from when we grew up, like, because when we grew up, we knew, like, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s songs.
Oh, yeah. I loved Frank Sinatra. I was obsessed with Billy Joel.
And no fucking surprise.
Oh, man. No, I don't
What
know. It
about
was
Springsteen?
because
"Oh, hey, I'm from Jersey."
no, Queen was really big in my
Yeah.
home, and Meatloaf. Meatloaf for sure.
Remember LimeWire?
Oh my god, I loved LimeWire. I just remember, like, the little bar yeah, I'd have, like, you have 500 songs that you're downloading, and one, it's like, it'll take 6 hours. And the other one's like 10 minutes. And then another one's like 25,500 days. And you're like, I can't wait for that, man.
But
You see the little green bar going and going. And you're like, oh, I can't wait to burn my CD. Gotta pick out my mix. Summer Mix 2004. Woo woo.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's kind of nice to go down like memory lane and stuff like that, and because I think we should have aged 100 years. I think we're vampires. I really do.
You think we're vampires?
I think we're vampires.
Biocorrupted. That was the worst. You waited 5,600 years, and then it came in. You're like, I can't wait to play it, and then it's file corrupted. You're like, damn.
Yeah, and then but you couldn't.
Wanted to listen to that. What is it? That Ashley Simpson song.
I wanted to listen to LFO Girls of Summer. New kids got lots of hits. Chinese food makes me sick, and I swear.
I think it's fly when the girls come by for the summer.
For the summer.
Oh yeah,
dude, that will always be my summer national anthem. My summer anthem forever. You just throw. Summer starts with, like, for me, Christmas doesn't start until I hear NSYNC's Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Summer doesn't start until I hear LFO's New Kids had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick.
Yeah.
Do you have any song like that represents like a time period of the year?
Let's see. Honestly, okay. I loved Ashley Simpson when her song came out, but I will say Avril Lavigne, her first CD was one that I played a lot when I drive to school. But when I'd get ready for school, I listened to like Dashboard Confessionals. Like I was listening to them.
Screaming infidelities and taking it away.
I was all into the emo stuff. Like I would listen to the poppy stuff, but I was like so into like the emotional emo shit. Like I listened to like Hawthorne Heights. Like I loved them.
I met them.
Weird. Yeah.
I met them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Remember what was it, that venue down the shore? Shoot. Was it Webster? No, Webster Hall was in the city. There was a venue down the shore that everybody went to. It was this big Starland Ballroom.
Okay.
Starland Ballroom. I met them at Starland Ballroom, and I forget who they were playing with, but they were the middle act, and they came out. And you remember Jamie that passed away in Hawthorne Heights? Yeah, so the guy who used to scream, his name was Jamie, and if you listen to like the first album or so, you'll see him, and he passed away like after their second album. I was hanging out with him, and me and him were drinking Jaeger, and we polished like a half a bottle. Mind you, what happened?
I have no idea.
We're still on.
Okay. I was like, I got like the circle going, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, we were drinking Jaeger at Starland Ballroom, and I think I was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was fun. They were awesome dudes. They were really nice. They were like, and I always, when I do that kind of stuff, I always try to get into the places where you're not supposed to go. So I try to get into their dressing room. Didn't work.
Oh, you know who I met? I met the lead singer and the guitarist from Sister Hazel. In Tampa, my now sister-in-law, but was my boyfriend's sister. Her friend from school was actually dating the guitarist or something. I don't know. We got backstage somewhere, and then or it was like after the show, it was at the bar too. And then there was like this one woman trying to hit on one of the guys, and she had like a wedding ring on, and you could see her like trying to like push it around so like people wouldn't see it and stuff. It was crazy.
What, your heathen sister-in-law or what? Or that was your cousin?
No, that's my aunt.
Your aunt was a heathen.
My heathen aunt. Which I did talk to her, and she should. I hope she's watching, hon. I have to, I'll have to text her. It's like we're talking about you, because if for those who don't know, so I have an aunt who is 3 years older than me. 3 or 4 years older than me. And so we were really like, since we're close in age and everything, like we're like almost like sisters, you know? And so I got really preachy and I started calling her a heathen. And I wrote it on her mirror with lipstick. She won't let it down. But that's because she made me blow up one of those air chairs. Remember those air furniture? We had to blow them up. Well, she made me and my cousin blow it up and told us that she'd give us all of her money, and she gave us both a nickel. And I said, fuck you. And I deflated the whole thing after we blew it up. Almost passed out. We're like 10 years old. And we sat on it. I was like, my cousin was like, I don't think we should do that. I was like, she gave us a nickel. No way. Love you.
Amanda said storms are rolling and it might get choppy from here. Yeah, it's supposed to get bad over here. But
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna go more of that kind of stuff. So we're hoping everybody enjoys it. And if you got something to say, you're more than welcome to put it in the chat. And we usually read the chats and put them on the screen. And or you can email us if you want us to at any topics. If you want to talk about any topics, or you have anything to send us, you can go to businesspartynetwork@gmail.com and send it there.
Or you can go to Weekend Hangover at proton.me and send us there too.
Let's see. How do I do a banner? Add a banner. Folder name.
Do it live.
We'll do it live. Weekend Hangover. That's it. Weekend Hangover.
Weekend Hangover at proton.me.
Proton.
You're all good.
Let me see. Copy. Does that work? Oh wait. Oh no, Weekend Hangover. Create a banner. There we go. Paste there. I forgot about all this stuff.
I know. We're on a new system.
Well, no, this is still the old.
We're used getting there. There it is.
Yeah, here we go. There we go. I'll delete that. Delete folder. Yeah. All right.
Sweet.
There we go. Look at that. I keep forgetting we could do cool shit like that. I really do.
We need to do that more often.
We do.
Even on the other one.
We do.
Like, instead of like, hey, here's where you can find us. It's just like, hey, look, there's where you can find us.
That's where you can find us.
I'm so glad I took off my nail polish too for this, because
Listen, I'm glad you're wearing a different sweater today.
I know. It was laundry day, and our water heater was like all messed up, and we had to get a new one, which sucks. So I had to go digging for a new sweater today. Oh man. All right, let's get into it.
For a deep topic. All right. Let us know.
Yeah, let's hear it.
But I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get something stuck in your head first before we do this, because everybody has had it stuck in their head. So enjoy this.
I don't think I've ever heard this before.
Oh, you're gonna get it stuck in your head.
Oh Lord. Ooh. I'm gonna write that down.
This is something you can work out to or walk to.
Brothers of the
I've been walking to Game of Thrones audiobook.
Perfect.
Weird, I know.
I said, Rich. Next time Rich and Amy are in bed, this is what he should sing because she's so
Oh
much
my
taller than him.
god. Speaking of, Rich actually messaged me after the show, and I forgot to message him back 5 days.
This was an Amanda find.
I like their costumes.
I do too. It's like a Lord of the Rings kind of D&D.
Yeah.
All right, we could fade out of it. That's pretty much the song. But yeah, that was the song that we got stuck in our head on Thursday, and then Rich was on yesterday, I believe, and Amanda decided to just write "Diggy Diggy Hole" on his whole like stream, and then Rich put it on. It's such a good song. It's like I just did it before we got on here, and the whole reason I played it is because I just started walking around going diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole.
I know. I was like, what are you singing?
Dwarf metal. Oh man. So all right. So I keep hitting buttons and I'm gonna leave again because the keyboard's right here. So all right. So we are going to start out today with Princess Diana or Princess Catherine. I don't know who this lady is, what she does, or where she comes from. I know she's a princess of something. I know.
You know nothing?
I only know that they got married. It was a huge ceremony, and then like now she's gone. I knew she was trying to take over for Diana.
And it's
Apparently,
gone. Oh my god, no.
what? It was Dodi Fayed Jr. involved in somehow. I don't know.
I don't know. Probably wants to be. I don't know.
But I know William came out a couple weeks ago, not even like a couple days ago, and made this big statement about how the news has been lying about his mom for all these years and how the BBC has a responsibility. I can't find the clip anymore, of course not. But the BBC has a responsibility and to, you know, of course fake news.
What?
Prince, yeah, something about fake news. All right, I got it. Oh, this was a while ago. Share screen.
Well, I was gonna say because I think around the 14th of March, it was the Diana Award. It's like so it was celebrating 25 years of the Diana Award. It's one of the most prestigious accolades for young people committed to social action. That happened this year.
I
Mhm.
didn't realize this was back in this just surfaced that I saw. So,
When was
but
this?
this is somebody posted this January 11th of this year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
I have some bad news. My brother, Prince Harry,
Oh.
has unfortunately caught a
Okay. That's just a fake thing.
Has anyone seen me, Bird? She went out for a loaf of bread and
Why? I really hate the internet sometimes. I really do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some bad news.
No, this sucks. But anyway, he came out and he was like, the BBC's got a responsibility to stop reporting fake news and all this stuff. And I just recently saw it. And
Mhm.
and then now all of a sudden, like, all this Catherine stuff is coming out. And the whole thing with so we do the picture.
Yeah, so
the-
okay. So there's a timeline. There's an actual time. So first off, I remember when they got married. I woke up to watch it. I remember I was in my
It was like 3 a.m. our time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I had gotten off a shift of working.
Don't give me that look. I saw
bar.
you give me that judgy look. Don't give me that look like, yeah, I woke up and
okay, so it was a big deal. Even like TV shows and stuff mentioned it, like The Middle, which is a great show. I think it's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen, The Middle. And there was like a whole show about how the mom wanted to watch the wedding and she got like commemorative plates and like had tea and crumpets and stuff to like wake up and watch it. But I remember I woke up and I was laying in my bed and I just watched it because I just thought it's interesting because here in the United States we don't have like monarchies and things, and when you grow up as a kid you're got like princess this and that all over the place. You know, I lived in Florida for so long. I go to Disney all the time and I was like, I want to be a princess too.
and boy, did Meghan Markle put a fucking damper on that for everybody.
She ain't no Grace Kelly. No, I don't
Oh,
know. I watched different things a lot about whole Meghan Markle thing, and then I started watching Suits, and then I was like, I don't know, I can't watch it because her character is very unlikable.
like her. But no, I mean, like, everybody grows up, like, especially in the States here, and they think just like you can be president or whatnot. But everybody's like, oh, I want to grow up and be a princess. Maybe one day I'll find a prince. And then you realize, like, no, you have to be from that country. Like, one of my favorite movies is The King's Speech.
Mhm.
And Harry followed in his great uncle's footsteps, because his great uncle gave up the throne for Elizabeth's dad because he wanted to marry a woman from the state with kids already. So I was like,
Yeah,
wow, like that's
because no,
weird.
because she was divorced. Because
Yeah.
so it's frowned upon in the establishment back then for divorce. That's why what happened with like Prince Charles and Diana with them getting a divorce, it was like huge. And like and then him marrying Camilla, like that's why there wasn't that huge of a fussy gus about that whole thing. So yeah, so that's why he abdicated the throne, is because he couldn't marry her because she was divorced. She was a divorcee.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so now, Kate and Harry have this big giant wedding.
Kate and William, yes, they
Okay.
do.
This is
Yes.
why you gotta talk. I'm just throwing out
Okay.
things that
I
I'm throwing
know.
out
It's really fun.
information.
No, so anyway, so yeah, so Kate and William got married. And then Harry and Meghan got married, which by the way, her dress it was not it did not fit well. And it was unfortunate, but whatever.
Which marriage?
Meghan Markle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Kate and Harry.
Kate
Kate and William.
and William, they get married. She has Princess Diana's wedding ring, actually her engagement ring. It's the blue sapphire is her
Oh, okay.
engagement ring. So that's where it comes into play. So anyway, so there's this whole timeline of this kind of conspiracy. I don't know, conspiracy is the right word. It's just a narrative pushing, I guess, about what's going on with Kate, where is she, everything. So I do have it's 8 minutes. It's a good video of a rundown. I'll let it play for a little bit, but then I'll talk about it I'll talk through it as well. Sorry, I got like a weird bubble in my throat.
Those two.
Okay. This one? This one? Nope. This one? Nope. Nope. Not that one either. What the hell? Where is it?
You look like you sound like I just did. Oh, nope, that's not it either.
Nope.
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 But
Nope.
but yeah, so there's a
Heck, where is it?
did they remove it? Like
I
they're
hope
removing-
not. No, it's right here. Okay. Okay, here it is. Okay, so thank you for this person for putting it out. But this is from News 7 in Australia. They put
Australia.
together, they put together a timeline of things that had happened, and such. So I'll just pull it up, and we can watch a little bit of it.
Where is Kate Middleton? Now, this is easy to dismiss as some sort of tinfoil hat conspiracy dates. So let's go back in time and do that.
Okay.
12th of September 2023, Kate Middleton reveals a finger injury, which she claimed happened when she was trampolining with her kid. Innocent enough. Then 3 weeks later, on the 5th of October, Kate is pictured with 2 fingers still bandaged together. Seems like it must have been a pretty rough trampolining injury. On the 22nd of December, Wills and Kate announced an official trip to Italy, scheduled for early 2024. Now, if you're planning major surgery of any kind for early 2024, it seems unlikely that you would also announce a trip to Italy at the same time. Then,
But what kind of major surgery? Like
Christmas Day 2023, the last verified.
What?
like it's just your finger. Like same day surgery, wouldn't it be?
So it's not. So the surgery that the gentleman is talking about had come out later. That Kensington Palace had announced that Kate had a planned abdominal surgery.
Oh.
So yeah. Here, let's go back here.
Verified public appearance of Kate Middleton and also of the 3 children. Everyone looks happy and healthy. December 28, 3 days later, an ambulance with police escort is seen flying out of Sandringham, where the royal family was spending Christmas. There was no statement from the royals as to what that was about. Then, January 17, 2024.
The Princess of Wales' condition potentially more serious, admitted to this London private hospital on Tuesday, undergoing planned abdominal surgery described as successful.
At this stage, the palace won't say exactly why the princess required surgery, choosing to keep her diagnosis private. But she is likely to stay in hospital for up to 2 weeks. All her
Stay in hospital.
engagement's expected to be cancelled until after Easter.
Okay, so I wanted to stop it there. So even in the beginning of this thing, the spokesman came out and was just like, "Listen, this is what's going on. She probably won't be seen until after Easter." Right? Are we at Easter yet?
Not next Sunday, the following. Good Friday's this Friday.
Right. So we're not even at Easter yet. And this whole thing is insane about what's been going on. So at the beginning of, them saying that she had abdominal surgery, they came out with a statement saying that she won't, listen, she's going to be recovering. Don't expect to see her until after Easter. All right. But it's
announced
weird.
that Kate Middleton is recovering in a hospital called the London Clinic. Now, during those 2 weeks, there are no reports of visits from her parents, her siblings, or her children. On January 18th, the day after surgery, Prince William visits the London clinic. It was the first and last time he was known to visit, where she was allegedly in the clinic for another 2 weeks. On January 24, UK papers report that the inner circle of the Waleses were shocked to hear of Kate's surgery and that they weren't aware of any health issues. January 26, King Charles reportedly visits Kate in hospital, but still no known visits from her kids or parents or family. January 28, Spanish journalist Concha Calleja.
But
That's the weird thing that I found about all this is like nobody's really visiting her,
yeah,
and it's like I get you have things to do and places to go for 2 weeks.
yeah.
Like
Like
if
her
that
kids
was
haven't been seen, her kids haven't gone there, her parents haven't seen her. I think she's got a brother and her sister Pippa hasn't seen her.
yeah, it's that's the strange thing to me. Like if something happened to Amanda, like I would and like I had to go away or something. As soon as I got back, I'd at least go see her and make sure she was okay and everything like that. But the fact that like, and I mean, everybody can say, well, they've got their phones and all this stuff, but like I just like without a hug from your wife or like a kiss or anything like that.
Well, I
Kinda
can't wait
weird.
till we get into the theories. It's amazing.
Go.
So then, all right. So I'm going to just back her up a few seconds. So then this is a Spanish journalist writes an article.
Spanish journalist Concha Calleja claims Kate Middleton is in an induced coma after her surgery, and she cited unnamed palace sources. The next day, on January 29,
Okay. So the unnamed palace sources is what people are speculating is that the nanny for the kids, was it Louis, Charlotte, and George? Their nanny is actually from Spain. She's Spanish. So they're saying that they think the leak is her.
By the way, can I tell you those are the worst? Those are the most English names: Louis, Charlotte, and George.
Yes.
But I get the Louis and I get the George. Charlotte?
Yes. There is a Queen Charlotte, I believe.
Okay.
Yes. Because I know that because I used to live near Charlotte, North Carolina, and they call it Queen City. I don't know why. But because like every city and town or whatever it has
Yeah.
like a brother or sister city. Or they call it not a brother, they call it
A
sister
sister-
cities.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very female. Yes, sister cities. So yeah.
And all the basically the towns like in the 13 colonies are basically from all the names and stuff are from overseas. Like New York is York,
It's like
but
York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essex County.
Sussex County, Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Remind me of Nineveh, because then I've got to
I'm sorry. Of who?
I wrote it down. Don't worry about it.
Nineveh. Hey, Nineveh.
Yeah. Well, because it has to do. I saw
gonna be-
something. I saw something on the TikToks about the eclipse, and I just need to talk to you about it later.
That's gonna be the new safe word. Nineveh. Nineveh. No, I forgot it.
So, I'm telling you, people are like, nope, it's the end of the world. April 8th, we're done. So I guess that's what it is. I don't know. We'll talk about it in a hot minute. All right. Let's continue.
9, Kensington Palace claims that Kate was discharged from the London clinic to continue her recovery at home. At this point, Kate hasn't been seen publicly in over 35 days, and there are no photos of her exiting the hospital. On February 1, Palace aides slammed the Spanish journalist's story, which is a bit odd because they rarely comment on rumours. February 5, King Charles announces his cancer diagnosis, but doesn't say what it is or how bad it is. On the same day, UK Magazine published an article which said Kate's recovery would now be 9 months and not 3. 2 days later, on February 7, Prince Harry jets to London for a fly-in, fly-out hospital visit to see his dad. It lasted all of 45 minutes. Queen Camilla also visited the King a number of times. But you know who didn't visit? William. Nor did he issue any kind of public well wishes. On February 9, reports emerged that Kate is, quote, on the mend and has left Windsor to continue recovering at Sandringham. On February 20, Prince William puts out a statement on their joint social media account talking about the conflict in the Middle East, but there is no mention of Kate. William also used his solo monogram at the top, which he used to use before he was married. February 27, Prince William cancels his appearance and reading at his godfather's memorial service at the last minute, citing personal reasons. And in the same breath, he says that Kate is doing well. Now, it's a big deal for someone like the future King of England to pull out of an event like this at the last minute, and also just tack on that his wife is fine. Now, at that point, it had been 9 weeks since Kate and their children had been seen publicly. That didn't pass the online smell test, so the next day, on February 28, the hashtag #WhereIsKateMiddleton started trending. The day after that hashtag started trending, on February 29, Kensington Palace released a statement addressing the online rumours. A spokesperson for Princess Kate said, "We were very clear from the outset that the Princess of Wales was out until after Easter, and Kensington Palace would only be providing updates when something was significant." The spokesperson reiterated the princess was, quote, doing well. On March 4, this photo emerges. It's seemingly Kate Middleton being driven by her mum in a black Audi near Windsor Castle. And it's safe to say that Kate looks different, particularly her chin. 6 days later, on March 10, the royal account posted this picture, and oh boy.
Oh my. That is when the internet went wild, blew up this whole thing because the photo is doctored. So here we go.
Yeah.
The caption read, "Thank you for your kind wishes and continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day," and signing off with a cheerful C for Catherine. Surely that's going to keep everybody happy and leave questions about the princess's health answered, right? Wrong. Almost instantly, it became clear that the photo was edited, like very edited, and not very well either. And the major photo agencies who released these photos noticed that too, and just hours later issued what's called a kill notice because the source appeared to have been modified. The royal PR team went into overdrive, and then this tweet was posted by the social media account attributed to Kate. In a statement, Kate allegedly says, "Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion that the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. C for Catherine." What a mess. The internet went into overdrive after that announcement. Theories went viral, like this one, which made a rather striking case that the photo was actually taken in November of 2023.
So the
I didn't
sleeve,
see any of that. Like, yeah, I see it, but what fucking sleuths decided to just take a magnifying glass to this thing? Like, I didn't see anything. People,
I have no idea.
I thought
I didn't know either. I was like, what are people talking about?
Like, I have it up on this screen right here, and I don't see anything. The only thing that looks weird is, I guess, George is holding onto the thing, and it looks kind of weird. Other than that, like, I don't know. I didn't know, like, if I
I think people are looking because George's fingers looked weird, or the little one. The littlest one I think is Louis, and his fingers are all weird. Like it's like almost like he's crossing his fingers type thing.
Yeah, he's doing like a West Side thing.
Yeah. And so it looked like that. And I guess people started looking. There's like other things like with Kate's sweater. People are saying that they try to make her sweater look darker when it's actually like a lighter color sweater. That they cropped her face from like a Vogue magazine that she did the year prior. Things like that. I don't know. I'm just
that's
video.
And then the boots are the ones like these people went in deep.
Yeah.
Fucking deep. Like
It reminds me of have you ever heard about the story about like when Shia LaBeouf he was doing like "they will not divide us" thing, and how he got so pissed that people kept finding out like where he was, that all he did was have like a flag on a pole, and like that's all they could see, and people still found it where the location of where he is at. People on the internet get scary.
It's so weird, but like Yeah, I saw what you were talking about. Some girl did a dive, like she was like, "This is from this collection," and it just looks like all they did was took the. I've enhanced this and I made it lighter, and they only this shirt is only available in cream color. So what they did is they took the shirt, they darkened it, like you'd see the texture, and I'm like, ma'am, do you want to join the FBI? Because I think you'd be great. I think you. And
Right?
then she was like, and then the shoes are from her spring collection of 2024, and not it wouldn't be, she wouldn't be wearing it now, and then the Vogue, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like these
Yeah.
people went deep.
Oh yeah. Okay, there's just a few more minutes left.
And if you know anything about Kate Middleton,
Oh, yeah,
you know
it's
that
right here.
people obsessively track her fashion. So of course I was able to find a bunch of blogs breaking down exactly what she was wearing. Now, yeah, I know that the sweater in her picture was black, but stick with me because it's photoshopped. I think they changed around the clothes on the photo, but look at these boots and look at the pants. This is the exact sweater. It's from a company called Rice, I believe. And look at that neckline and look at this part right here. I've upped the exposure quite a lot so that you can see the ribbing better, but look how it lands on her like thigh area, the thickness of that belt of the ribbing, and then look at the turtleneck. Yes, I know a lot of turtlenecks look the same, but I do believe that this was photoshopped to be darker and it was just that cream sweater because they don't make it in another color. They make it in cream and in camel. Now let's look at the boots that she's wearing in this new photo. It's the same exact boots as this baby bank visit that she did with her kids.
And some claim that the image is actually a reworking of her Vogue magazine cover from 2016. And that brings us to March 11, and this vague paparazzi image, which shows William in a car seated next to someone who may or may not be his wife, Kate. Now, Kensington Palace is standing by their claim that Kate will return to public duties after Easter.
Okay.
Whether or not that happens is...
And that's pretty much where it ends. So that photo that they showed you of Kate in the car, I lost
Was that
it.
before?
okay. This one. This one. I actually saw a video of someone like that they were looking at this. So you see brick here and the brick up here. And people were saying that it's a fake photo or something because the bricks were different. Right? So
Okay.
this guy with the brick, and he saw this in the reflection, found out what street they're on, right? And the wall itself is actually two different types of bricks. So this
Yeah.
photo, he said, like, most likely that photo is real. Yeah, but
I
like,
mean,
okay,
these
so then
sleuths.
after, I know, so there's a few things that happened after that video came out. So on the 18th of March is when that video came out from like TMZ and The Sun of Kate and William just like looking like they're just like walking casually from shopping at like a farmer's market, and the internet was still not satisfied, and people are like, I don't understand. They're like the most famous people in the country, and people think that this woman is missing, and not a person is batting an eye or looking over at them at all.
That doesn't look like her. That does not look like her. Like I like. I
Does
mean,
it look like him?
yeah, that looks like him. That's that bucktooth dude, but like that doesn't really like it looks like a younger her.
It
It
does
looks
look
like-
like a younger her. That's what I said too.
It looks exactly like a younger her. It doesn't like look at that. I mean, it could be her without makeup, to be honest with you, but like that looks a lot younger. I don't know. And then the picture of her with her mom.
Uh-huh.
Do you have that one?
Yeah. Hold on. My computer. Stop.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah. Like this is
Okay.
this is supposed to be her.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying that she has cancer, which okay. It would kind of
Yes.
make sense. Like with cancer, like I know my cousin when she had cancer, she didn't want to see anybody because the cancer made her face like expand, like her face got a lot bigger. So like I understood that. Let me see. I'm gonna mess this up. Yeah, I'm gonna mess this up. All right. Trying to see if we can make this bigger. But so I get that. So that but this was like a couple days before that.
Hun, if you could, honestly, to me, I saw this picture and it looks like Patricia from, oh my God. Oh my God. What is that show? Oh my, it's one of the shows. It's like a Bravo show, and it's like this, something about the South. Oh my God. Southern Charm. Oh my God.
Oh.
So there's show Southern Charm, and like one of the moms or whatever, it kind of reminded me of her.
But that and then you go to this. You're supposed to tell
Right.
me that's the same person?
And how many days apart is that? That's like, so that's from March 4th until the 18th. So that's 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, that doesn't look like. It looks like Pippa, actually, her
Who's-
sister.
That oh, it
Big booty Pippa that everyone was loving after the wedding.
I
Everybody
mean,
commented on her hiney after
I
the
don't
wedding.
I don't see a hiney at all there. That's just a big sweater, but I mean, yeah, that's him. That's definitely him, but that's not her. I mean, if you want me to believe that both those are her, there's no way. There's
Okay,
no
and
way.
then here's Pippa. Let's see.
To be honest with you, Pippa looks older than she does. That you know what? The car looks like Pippa.
Oh, hold on. This one. The car looks like Pippa.
The car one.
Yeah.
The car one looks like Pippa. Like go to
There,
that
there's
picture. Yeah, go to that
this one.
picture. View the file.
Here. And then
Go to view file. Yeah. So there, and then we're doing exactly what we said, and then there. You don't no.
Yeah.
Put yours back up.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna go back and forth because that looks more like look at that, and they're wearing the same fucking glasses.
I mean, they're different, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't look like you can't tell me they're both Kate
No.
because it looks like a young Kate.
So then on March 22nd, that's when Kate Middleton came out and did her announcement. I actually didn't listen to the whole thing and I lost it. I'll find it.
I think By the way, have you seen Selena Gomez?
No, why?
We can get into that real quick afterwards.
All right.
Because
So no. It's the pressure getting to me. All right, here we go.
All the wonderful messages of support.
All right, so here's her message. It's 2 minutes long. I actually did not listen to the whole thing, so this is my first time listening to the whole thing with y'all. So here we go.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body, and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort. And
He wasn't fucking there.
Oh
as is
my
the
God,
love,
hold on.
support,
I
and
just
kindness
saw
that has been
something while
shown
we're
by
watching
so
this.
many of
Like,
you.
okay. If you look at the shadows right here of her stripes,
I can't see it.
her
You have to go
oh,
on the actual.
yeah, I know. If you see here,
Yeah.
okay, you see the stripes?
Yeah.
She moves her body, but this doesn't change like at all.
Huh.
I just noticed that. So keep an eye out for it. I don't know. I could be, I don't know. Just all right, let's see.
If you. It means so much to us both.
Oh, it's moving. All right,
Yeah.
never
We
mind.
hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space, and privacy while I complete my treatment. My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy,
It just
and I
splits
look
like a
forward to being
movie.
back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
Okay.
But see,
So-
here's the problem with the news is when they do stupid shit like they do, and then they retract it, and then they make everybody like take it down, and then they say things like, well, it could have, but this might not have this, and then you go, and then that's when people start making fucking conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Just stop. Don't go with it. Just don't say shit. And they do, and that's where like, you get the people
Yeah.
like start to thinking like, okay, so what's really going on here? And saying things like, well, William hasn't been here in 2 weeks, and then you go, and then everybody
Why?
went and visited his dad, and then it's like nobody.
Where are
went-
the kids?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
well, I was so I love Natalie Denise. I think she's awesome. And I watched her video that so after this video came out, still everyone on the internet was they're not satisfied. Some people are like, stop talking about Kate, blah blah blah. Just leave her alone. She needs privacy or whatever.
Privacy.
But Natalie Denise was saying that she was editing her video that she was talking about the Kate Middleton thing, and she realized while she was editing it that nothing in the background moves at all.
No.
At all.
You heard
Not
all
a-
those birds and not one
Yeah.
move.
So, and like she was saying, looking at the lighting, I don't know anything about that stuff, but it is very weird that nothing in the background moved at all.
No.
So there's speculation now that it was done on like a set or a soundstage, or maybe it's an AI generated thing, type thing. I this is what happens like when you lie to people, when people lie, like you were saying, and then it's like we can't believe anything you say, or something is done in a manufactured way. Like say that it is done on a set, like then people are like, then why?
Yeah.
Just be real.
I forget what
You
movie
know?
it was, but there was somebody like making an announcement kind of like that, and then like you see it like the news goes off, and then you just see that they're like in a dungeon kind of thing, or like it's kind of like an X-Men kind of thing. And it's
Mhm.
like, why do it? Why just and that's when you start to, and that's when you get, to be honest with you, all the news does is gaslight everybody. I don't care what
Oh
side of
yeah.
you're on. The news is
Mhm.
just constantly gaslighting you, no matter what. No matter
Yeah.
what side of the aisle, no matter what you're thinking, they're just sitting there and just like, no, that's not what you saw. And it's like, no, I just saw a giant Sasquatch walk behind her. And you're like, nope, nobody saw
Nope.
that.
Well, so another good video to watch for people. Let me see if I can bring it up. So if any of y'all want to watch it, you should, because I talk about this woman all the time because I love her content. I think it's the best. It's That Surprise Witness, and her analysis on the Kate thing was great. And part of it was like, why the F do I even care about the British? Like, we fought them for a reason. Like, don't give a fuck.
Nobody
But
gives a shit.
yeah, so it's That Surprise Witness. You could see she did a video. She was really into the like, did a lot of things for the Free Britney movement and stuff too. But yeah, it's a pretty good video. So highly suggest, y'all. I would love to have her come on here sometime and talk about all that stuff.
By the
Oh,
way,
man.
I have to spend the $5 and watch the Quiet on Set documentary
Why do you have to spend $5?
because it's on Max. On new, is it on Max or is it on?
Do you got Hulu?
I don't know. That's the
If
thing
you
with all
got-
these things. I don't know what I have, what I don't have. Like I have Paramount, but it's through Walmart because you heard that Walmart's making everybody spend the $98 to do self checkout, which is fine because I have it, but I spent it. But they give you Paramount for free. You get a free subscription to Paramount, which the subscription to Paramount's like $120 a year. So the Walmart thing, you get to go to Sam's Club gas stations, which the gas is cheaper.
yeah, by like 20 cents.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of good things at the wall, and of course they're gonna do like Amazon did and eventually find a way to jack it up every year. But for right
Yeah.
now, like you get Paramount for free, you get home delivery for free. Like, but they get weird. Like for an extra $40, they will actually bring your groceries in and put it away for you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but that's to that's going towards the older generation. People who can't put
Right.
their own groceries away. But how the fuck do you ask them for an extra $40 a month for that?
It's for insurance for when someone gets robbed during people putting their shit away.
But like the poor people are old and don't have any money. But yeah, listen, pay us an extra $40. We'll put your groceries away. I think it's like a month too. I'm not even sure if it's a month or total for the year. But yeah, I think Walmart Plus for me it's great. Like you get free home delivery, and a bunch of like I said, the other stuff. You get insurance on your tires. So like if they do the
Oh,
tire
cool.
change for you, yeah, they'll give you get the extra insurance on it automatically, which is cool. Like
Mhm.
if something happens because with tires, like you can go down the road and then all of a sudden you're like,
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker.
I know, we just spent $1,300 on fucking tires on my car. It was like, it's like
It's-
tax day can't come soon enough.
Dude, tires are insane. The price of tires are
Yeah.
insane, but I mean, you gotta get to work,
Ugh.
But
I will
speaking
say
of,
the home delivery is the best because like like we travel a lot, and like if we're gone for like a week or something like that, on the way home, I will do the online order just for like the things up to like getting free delivery, and then I'll get the rest of the shit the next day. But then I have it delivered around the time that we'd get home, and it's the best thing. Especially when you have like kids
Yeah.
and like little kids, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't have any milk. What am I gonna do? And then
Yeah.
because they'll be like,
Yeah.
milk. You're like, shut
because
up.
Amanda was fucking Grubhubbing monsters at one point, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not spending $17 for 3 monsters. Like, and I was like, let me just, and then I got the Walmart Plus, and like she can get it for free. Like she could just get a bunch of stuff
That's
and get a bunch
awesome.
of groceries. But speaking of flat tires, holy bajungas. Yeah. I was like, I have a
Okay.
chance with Selena Gomez. But I mean, but in all seriousness,
So what
you
happened?
can shush. But yeah, apparently she's got lupus, and it's taken a
Oh.
toll on her. And
So wait, hold on. Didn't she have like a kidney transplant or something?
yeah, she transplanted a kidney with her friend, and then her friend stopped talking to her.
Yeah, no, her friend, I don't remember her name. Her name is Francesca something. I don't remember her last name. I know that she was on The Secret Life of American Teenager though. And they were like best friends, and then they weren't. I don't know.
She looks like, what's John Legend's wife's name?
Chrissy Teigen?
Yes, that's it. She looks like Chrissy Teigen. But look at, like, there's something like in her eyes. Something's
Lighting?
up. I don't know. Like something, like looking, like her eyes just look like she's on medication or something. Like she's got to be on something that's doing that to her. And like she must feel like I know, like Amanda's not, like, she's got a baby in her and she's like, I feel gross. And I'm like, you're not gross, you're fine. Like, but she, like, poor Selena Gomez is like, she used to be a thin rail and people were talking about her like, oh, she needs to eat. And now all of a sudden, and this is what this is why sometimes you just want to punch people in the face. People were saying that she needs to eat something because she was too skinny, and now they're like, "Whoa, what happened to Selena Gomez?" Like, dude, what the fuck? Can a girl be happy with herself?
Yeah. I'm sure you're not, but you feel that way. I
Like,
get
can't
it.
a girl just be like, can't you
You're
just
beautiful.
leave the fucking girl? Oh shit! Can't you just leave the girl alone? Like, if that's the way she wants to be, that's the way she wants to be. And if somebody, if she almost got a Nikki
I
hanging out there, look at that.
dude, big booby problems are a thing, man. They are.
They are. They're not.
They are.
I listen. I'm a man with moobs. Okay, I get it. Big booby problems are a problem. I completely understand. Now, the one that's down in the comments, oh boy, she's been through 3 sizes in 3 months.
Dude,
She got,
it is.
my favorite part is she just goes like this and she looks down and she's just like, I need a new bra. This one's too
Ugh.
small already.
It's the worst thing to do is to go find a new bra is the worst.
So what I did
it.
is I just took my hand and put it between it and started doing this.
1 out of 10 don't recommend large boobs. Ah.
So I just slapped them because
Oh my
they don't
God.
hurt or anything because they're not filled with milk or anything like that. But yeah, and I saw Selena Gomez and you ever see that girl talk about having titties in a wife beater, and she's like, you just wake up and one titty's here, one titty's there, and you're like, well, I didn't sleep when I went to sleep. They weren't there. They were there. It's not where I left them.
Facts.
Everybody
Oh,
wants
shit.
big titties until you got big titties, and then I mean,
And then
listen,
you don't.
listen. Maybe she's pregnant. Maybe Selena Gomez is pregnant, and then she could have. What are we doing here? Wait, there we go. Maybe she's pregnant, and then she could have a kid. Like, this is gonna be This is gonna be mine and
Oh my
Amanda's
god,
kid.
how do we get on the subject of Salinas?
I don't know why. When it's hot, you want to take them off, and you can't.
Oh, it's the worst. Now you get swamp ass, you get swamp boobs too.
This is gonna be our kid.
Wait, so how was it meeting me?
You look ugly because in the video you don't have pimple and you have pimple here. You look ugly.
I'm ugly?
Yes.
I don't want to have kids now because of you.
But you're not gonna have the same kid.
Yeah, you're right. I hope not.
She told us you were ugly. That is the you in your videos you have no pimples, and in real life you have pimples.
Sweaty. It's the
Boob
sweaty sweat.
butter and sweaty sweat. Kids are great. Kids are great, but they're brutally honest, and don't fuck with them
Nope.
because they will just be brutally honest with you. Ah.
I like it when they get to the age when you're like, "Oh, I love you," and they're like smiling, and then they slap you right in the face for no reason, and they're like, "Haha," and then they run away, and you're like, "What the?
You,
What
you
just happened?"
who did that to you?
My youngest,
What? Why? Why?
and he doesn't. He refuses. He will not say "mama." He will not say "mom." No, never. He has never called me mom.
Really?
No, he never called, not to my face. Was talking to my husband on the phone once when he was in the car, and when he got off the phone with him, he said "mama," and I was like, "Of course," because I'm not there. But he does call me Bugaboo. He does. He goes, "Oh, Bugaboo."
Feral middle child energy.
Yep.
Oh
He
man.
loves Taekwondo, going to Taekwondo and watching his brother. The kid's not even 2 yet. And he'll go around and he'll be like, "Hiya!" And he'll go, "Taekwondo." It's so funny.
Oh, I can't wait.
And he
This is
gets
gonna
really
be-
serious. And he goes, and then I'll I'll count numbers because that's what they do, like
Yeah.
little things or whatever. And I'll count the numbers. And when he's supposed to say "Hiya" at like 8 and 16, he'll say "Hiya." And then he's like, and then he'll look at me and he goes, "Again, again." So then I have to keep doing the numbers, and he'll like run and he'll stop. He'll run and he'll stop. He'll just wait for me to say a number. It's insane.
I can't wait. You just can't wait till the baby's out. That's what you can't wait. So, all right.
Whew.
So, the whatever guys, I got this clip, and I want your opinion
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna
I
blow my
know-
nose while you do it.
Okay. And I know I'm probably gonna get a little shit on it, but hey, it is what it is.
Why is it important to disappoint women? I do that all the time.
Why is it important? Because when a woman really likes a guy, she wants everything about that guy. Like she wants the good, she also wants the bad. Like women are kind of weird like that. They just want the whole thing. And so they'll want more of your attention. They'll want more of your time. They'll want more of your emotional energy. And if you just say yes, that woman will very quickly become the center of your universe. And that's not where a woman should be. Like the center of a man's universe should be his overarching mission or his purpose in life. And the woman ideally is helping him achieve that because that's also in her best interest as well, because she can be with that guy as he is victorious in his purpose. So learning to disappoint women is important because if you allow a woman to become the center of your life, you tend to lose your life and then you tend to lose the woman anyway.
How do you lose the woman anyway?
Okay. So, I understand the ending of that completely.
He basically described women as succubi.
No, it's this
You're
is
a
where we're-
succubus. You're a succubus. You suck my energy. He even said they take the energy from you. I was like an emotional vampire. Thank you very much.
See? We heard two totally different things. I'm gonna get a deadbolt for this door because I know I'm gonna get a flying fist. I kind of get it, because when we were talking about last time with the what is it, the soapbox, the tissue of the toolbox kind of
Oh,
deal.
yes.
And then Amanda came up with a new one, and she'll put it in the chat in a minute. But like, so with my former relationship, I kind of did that.
I was gonna be such a bitch and be like, which one?
You could have.
I was such an ass.
That's fine. My last one before this one. Nice, Andrew. Your dad, not you. Your girlfriend's gone. Soapbox or toolbox? Yeah.
Okay.
Soapbox or toolbox. So like I kind of get it because with my ex, like I kind of, and towards the middle to end, I tried to give her as much attention as possible. She'll tell you I didn't, but I tried to give her as much attention as possible and tried to be overwhelming with some things. And so that way, like I said, I'm trying to fix it. Love me here. You're the center of my world. Whatever you want, whatever you need. You need me to go here. You need me to go there. I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. No matter what. And then she started to kind of resent me for it, and she started to resent me doing things for her. And it was just like, no, I can do it if I want to. Like, and I'll do that. Like, and I do that for Amanda now because she's pregnant and whatnot, and because she's a different kind of person. Like, she gets me on a level that I never have understood. Like, she knows things. She knows things before I know them. And when I say FBI agent, she's an FBI agent. But like, with the former relationship, it was like I don't know. Like I said, it was, I try to put her and give her like everything she wanted. Like she wanted the cars. I bought her 2 fucking Lincolns,
Mm-hmm.
and like she wanted it, and I gave it to her. And I gave it to her. I wanted, gave, and I gave and gave, and like, and then in the end, she told me she didn't need it. She didn't need me. And I was just like, huh. Like, I gave you everything you wanted. I kind of made you the center of I moved from where I was to where I am kind of now. And I was just like, I did all this for you, and I did everything basically you asked me for, and you're telling me you don't need me? And she told me that I wasn't, she was religious. She was religious. Meanwhile, she committed adultery fucking left and right. But like, she was like, you're not the head of the household that you should be. It's actually a toxic trait. It's called toxic empathy, and it's so difficult. It's so difficult to control themselves. But yeah, like, so yeah, I mean, in a way, like, I feel, and you hear it a lot. Like, the girl wants the guy that treats them like shit. The
Mhm.
girl wants the guy who doesn't pay attention to them. The girl wants the guy who doesn't, who's like, no, I'm gonna do this, and and then they get angry about it.
I have a theory on I kind of have a theory on that. Like the bad boy theory. Like why it is that girls, like, I guess it's perceived that that girls want the bad boys type thing. And I think the theory is, I don't know, I feel more like it's like a social thing. Like a kind of like a cultural, like social thing that you've seen in movies and stuff. Like, the not the dramatization, but like I don't know, like the theatrical, the emotional relationships that like girls would see in movies with like the bad boy guy who's kind of like the loner and like, oh, but all he wants is me
Like the Breakfast
type
Club,
of thing.
like Breakfast Club or
Yeah.
16 Candles.
Yeah. Like stuff like that. It just kind of like like fantasizing like that's what it is. Like, and we have been kind of almost like taught and conditioned to like want those kind of toxic traits and stuff rather than going for the nice guy or whatever. But also could be said that maybe also is that you don't want someone to always agree with you on something. Like you want to have that back and forth because you don't want someone to be a pushover all the time, you know? Like have your own opinion.
But it's hand in hand with childhood trauma and mental disorders. You end up predicting what other people are feeling. And once you get really good at it, it's easy to control people. And that's the part that's toxic. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Mhm.
You're not wrong. Like she knew how to get me to do something. Like, because the last
Well,
thing I
and
want my
that's manipulative though too.
Yeah.
Like that's a poor communication thing. If you need your partner to do something for you, you just say, "Hey, babe, like please do this." you know? And then she'd probably be like, "Well, why didn't you already know that I wanted you to do this?"
Yes. Yes. That's the thing I'm talking about. Like I told you, she wanted me to look in her eyes, and she told me this multiple times, just look in her eyes and know exactly what's wrong with her. And I'm like, I don't even know what's wrong with me half the fucking time. Like I could just start crying at
Oh, I need something red. Red flag. Red flag. Where is it? I need a red flag. Throw it. Woo! Red flag.
you know what? That's what we
Seriously,
listen,
that's stupid. You like how on. She was saying this at what age?
what?
Like at what
Oh,
age? Like
I mean 30 what
that
how
yeah,
old
that
is
shit you say when you're
30
16, you're like with your first boyfriend. I just want you. Do you have a
yeah,
stupid fight
37,
like that?
38,
Yeah,
37,
no.
38.
No. Who
Yeah.
the fuck? I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody else feel that way, but like seriously,
Yeah.
listen, can you please just like go into your third eye and read my mind?
By the way, we need red flags and green flags to do
Real.
this. But
I was like looking for something red around me. I'm like, where is it? Like,
but yeah, I mean, listen, that would have been nice to know a long time ago. But anyway, but yeah, no, now I look back on it and I said it after, like, I'm not like I said, I sometimes I didn't even know what I want. Like I don't even know, like, especially with like for dinner. Food for me is the worst thing, right? And
mhm.
for women it is too, because they can't make up their mind what they want. It's either fucking tacos or a 17-course meal. But with
Accurate.
me, I don't care because I can't eat that much, and um it's hard for me to decide what I want to eat because I will
Mhm.
literally drive past every store and not like every, like, even fast food. Like I'll stop by every fast food and I'll just go, "Eh, it's gonna," and I just think about the process of, okay, I'm gonna go in there, order, eat, and then I'm gonna start to eat, and then I'm not gonna want it. And that's why I have like 13 vapes, because I can't choose which vape I want.
Yeah.
So it's like so for me that's, but like I just, a guy, they're right. A guy has to disappoint a woman. It's not. It's gonna happen. Not like they have to, but it's gonna happen. A woman's gonna get disappointed by a man, and a man's gonna be disappointed by a woman. Both. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
think
both
the
ways.
phrasing of it, you have to disappoint a woman. No, I don't think that your intention should
Mhm.
be to intentionally
Yeah.
disappoint. That's the problem that I have with it.
Yep.
Like with him saying like the other stuff, like yeah, like uh, I can understand that I am not like I am not the center of my husband's universe. I get that. Like, I think I would be kind of freaked out because he would be like around me all the time. I mean, he traveled for so long, like him being home 7 days a week is crazy to me still.
It's an inconvenience now.
It
It's
is
like you're
because now
home.
when he's gone, I'm like, where were you? He's like, I literally went to go get milk. Like, what's up? you know, but
Yeah, that's
no,
decision fatigue, and it's an
yeah,
ADHD. Yeah,
yes, definitely is. But I can understand like, okay, but it goes on both sides. Like
yeah,
a man shouldn't be the center of, or the man shouldn't be the center of a woman's life, and the woman shouldn't be the center of a man's life. Like you have to have your own life and like have your own goals and stuff like that. Whether that's something that you guys do together, you have to have something that helps you be an individual as well, I think.
yeah.
That's why I do this. Like
Yeah.
I would tell you what, like my husband has no idea what we do on. Like he's got no idea. He's like, it's March Madness. I'm not gonna watch. like, okay. I mean, but he supports me. He's like, okay. He makes sure like he takes care of the kids, make sure that they go to bed, they don't bother me, and things like that. And he's like, okay, I get excited when we get people on the show, and he's like, that's cool. But I have my own separate thing, and he goes golfing. Like,
But listen, and we're kind of the same. Where Amanda will talk about cars and work on cars, and I will sit there and watch Vanderpump Rules when I can, and documentaries about Nickelodeon Kid, and she'll just be like, "Hey, this '92 Chevelle, oh, she's beautiful, ain't she?" And I'll go, "Yeah, it's pretty blue." But
I really like the color.
But yeah, but you gotta, and I think you're right that the way it was phrased was wrong. Like you
Yeah.
have to disappoint women. That's what was wrong with that. Like,
Yeah. Got ghosts?
I don't know. I just heard banging.
I heard it too.
Yeah, it was loud. I'll let her take care of it for now. If I got to, I have the room locked so nobody can get in here. Anyway, but yeah, that's what. No worries. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's why I'd like these guys have good topics, but I think they come at it wrong. I think they come at a lot of this stuff wrong, where like they say a man has to disappoint a woman. Like a man doesn't have to disappoint. No, nobody has to disappoint anybody. Are you gonna disappoint a woman? Absolutely. Is your woman gonna disappoint you? Absolutely. But
And
when
it's how you deal with that disappointment in the relationship too, which makes a thing. And I feel like a lot of times though, with like different things like this, and like you get the Andrew Tates and everything, it's the way in which they say it. It's for the clicks. You know what I mean? Like for the outrage and views and shit.
yeah,
Because that's why I said it wasn't what he said of, it was like saying that it's expected that you have to disappoint them. Like that's your job. That's your goal, is to set out to disappoint them, not that it will happen and this is how you deal with it. Like I don't know.
Hold on, I was trying to find the other clip. Okay, and here's another one.
Like you guys want your cake and to eat it too.
And it's delicious.
On one hand, you want to push your liberal, feminist, progressive, equality values as far as humanly possible. Sex work is fine. Men are insecure for not wanting to date a woman who's getting blasted inside of by other men. Hold on. No modesty, no public-facing modesty at all. You want to sleep with a bunch of men and be promiscuous. On the other hand, when it comes to your admittedly sexist and gendered expectations of men, you may as well be 1950s bachelorettes. You want men to be chivalrous. You want them to be providers. You want them to be protectors, leaders, take all the initiative, pay for dates, get you flowers, open the car door, get down on one knee, spend 5 figures on a ring and propose to you.
I don't
And that's
even wanna
just
get married.
absurd. It's like you guys want your cake.
I don't disagree. I don't. No, and I'll tell you why. Because I have a 25-year-old brother. And I have a 30-year-old brother, 31-year-old brother. And watching them go through relationships as like 20-year-olds now and then like before, how girls treated them, because they're the guys that they pay for everything, they'll do anything, type of thing. I mean, they won't always agree with, that type of thing.
Mhm.
Like, they want to do everything for their woman and like make sure that they don't have to pay for anything. But what happens is these little bitches decide that they expect it from them. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna go get my nails done. He needs to pay for it. No, you have your own job. Like, pay for your own thing. I would have never thought in a million years to go ask my boyfriend to go pay for my shit. No,
And then
like,
and then you claim you're an independent woman.
right. And then girl boss shit. I hate it. Oh, I do. I just do, because it's like, okay, so you're like, oh, girl boss this, he owes me this, they owe me that, this man owes me. But no one owes you anything. No one owes you anything. You can expect a man to actually treat you like a woman if you treat him like a man. Like, this shit pisses me off, because I am a mom of 2 sons, and I hate it when like the guys are like, oh, well, there's the fathers that are like, oh, well, if this kid comes over and he's gonna talk to my daughter, I'm gonna be cleaning the gun, blah blah. I hate that shit, because you better be teaching your daughter to treat my son with some respect too. He didn't have to. The ground that you walk on as a woman is not fucking gold, and don't treat them men like they're dirt. I hate it. Like, you have to be on this pedestal that it was coming on with this like feminist movements and stuff like that. Is like the women are holding themselves on a pedestal, and sometimes rightfully so, but at the same token, looking down on the men. Like, that they're not for nothing. All they are for is to pay for your shit. There's no equal relationship that is being pushed or people are talking about. To be in a relationship with someone, it is an equal partnership. If you see that one is higher than the other, then that is not the relationship that you should be in, because there is no one that's going to be better than you. Like, you cannot think that your partner is better than you. No, or vice versa, or you're better than your partner. Then what are you doing? If you
But
want a
don't you
true partnership,
But don't you
no.
think some people I mean,
Sorry. That
no,
shit.
dude,
Because even the way
you don't
that
think
those
I'm gonna
girls were
clip that
even.
out and put that out on TikTok? You're out of your mind. That's why I would
No,
shut
but
up.
if you see even the way that those girls were responding to him when he said, "Oh, you want to have your cake and eat it too," and she's like, "Yeah, that cake's good." Fuck you. Like, I can't with the entitlement, the self-righteousness. It drives me insane. It
Yeah.
drives me insane. No one owes you anything, especially respect. You earn that shit.
Yeah, but don't you think
Sorry.
stop apologizing.
It
Just go on
grinds
your rant.
my gears so
You don't have to
much.
apologize. Just go on
I
your
know.
rant. That's what we're doing here.
And I apologize a lot.
Stop
That's
apologizing.
my thing.
I mean, but so there was the couple things that flashed, like, so our age range, right? Like, we've
Mhm.
all gone through, and both of us are kind of on the opposite spectrum. You have 2 kids, you've been happily married for a while. I'm divorced twice, starting a brand new relationship and a family and all that stuff again. So, like, kind of, I'm not saying I was been beat up, but kind of like beat up in a way. Like, I was, and okay, so I was like I guess, I'm never good enough for anybody. I'm not going to be good enough. I suck. And I had a conversation with somebody and they're like, listen, you don't suck. Your execution is bad. You don't love
Mhm.
yourself. You don't like yourself. You think of yourself as lower. So you have to like yourself. You don't. And I'm like, I like myself. I'm cool. And you don't like yourself. And yeah, I didn't like myself. I was very self-conscious of the way I looked.
Mhm.
360 pounds for a while. So I still see, like, I'll still buy clothes. I'll buy 2X shirts. Like, this is a large, extra large. And like, I put it on and I'm like, and I put it, I was like, oh, it fits. Like I still buy size 40 pants and like, then they like fall off and I forget, you know,
Mhm.
and I still see that like insecure little kid that was bullied and that was told that he'll never amount to anything or he'll, and I had those girls that were in my school that, they were like, "Oh, I want to be your girlfriend." I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And then the next day it was like, "You really thought I was your girlfriend? No. Why would I want to be your girlfriend?"
Mhm.
Like that kind of shit. So that's that kind of, and Amanda's right. Like the trauma growing up, like that still sticks. So like as you get older and you go through failed relationship after failed relationship, you kind of feel like some of that stuff comes back, you
Do you
know?
feel like maybe in the past failed relationships, it was almost like a fulfilling of your self-perception?
Yeah.
Like being with people that will set like, I don't know, kind of like give you the what do they call it? Um
Affirmation.
yes,
Yeah.
of what you feel about yourself
Well,
because that's what they would say to you or make you feel.
so a lot of, if she ever finds out, I'm gonna get so much shit. A lot of my first marriage was because I thought I would never find anybody else. Like I didn't
Mhm.
think that I would, like I was a dad at 20 something years old. Like I was just like, this girl likes me. We get along really well. It was fun and everything like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's get married because I don't think I'll ever find anybody else. That's it. I'm 23. I got a kid. Nobody's out. So let's get married. And so I'm married. We talked about having kids and never really got into. She's like, yeah, I want kids, and I was like, okay, deal. Like let's do this with. So like it was a good run, and we had a lot of good times, and we had this kind of like joking kind of like, hey, every 10 years or 5 years or so, let's like renew our contract. If one of us is going to cheat on each other, how about we just end it? And it was kind of like a ha 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 kind of like deal. And then we got to the point where I was like, hey, we're getting old and if we're gonna have kids, we got to start really trying. And she's like, okay,
Right.
okay. And then she brushed it off, brushed it off, brushed it off. And we were both drunks. Like somebody said to me, like, "Do you even know your first wife not drunk?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. Like, I don't know
Mhm.
her like sober at all." And so we were trying, it didn't work, and it just got to a point where like, and then I finally was like, "I'll get the surgery so that way we can," because they said if we lost weight, it'd help out. And she didn't want to. She wanted nothing to do with it. And it was like, "Hey, we need to stop drinking." And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, okay, okay." And we both, and I said to her, I came to a point where I was like, "I don't know how to stop drinking while I'm with you. I don't think I
Mhm.
will ever get sober." And I said, if we stay together, we're gonna be dead by the age of 45.
Yeah.
I said, because it was just like we were polishing off a thing of Tito's almost every other night, like the handle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we need to stop. And it was just, and we just enabled each other and enabled each other and enabled each other. And I'm like, listen, we can't keep doing this. This is not, and I don't I didn't have as much control as I do now, you know,
Hmm.
on a lot of things, but like and then it was just it was done. Like it was I was like, let's just and then I met the second one and I was like, okay, um I think this is what I want. And she's saying all the right things and she's treating me, and she's saying all the right things and oh, this is the way I treat somebody and I never got treated this way and I'm like, "Oh, shit, that's what I do. I'll treat you that way, no problem." Like, yeah,
Hmm.
like I'll fix you. Oh, those people didn't
Yeah.
understand. Those people didn't understand you. I understand you. I'll fix it. Don't worry. And that's what I thought, like, I thought it was about. And then, like, and then it just and I was drinking in the beginning and I wasn't understanding because I didn't like she would say things and then switch it around. And like I thought I was nuts. Like I thought I was going fucking crazy at some points. Like I would bang my head on the floor. Like I was like, cause I would say something and then she would say something and then I go, but wait a minute, that's not what you said. No, what I said was, like one of the conversations we had, the last conversations was, did you change the password on the Netflix? And she went, I canceled it. And I go, oh no, she took me off. I go, did you take me off Netflix? She goes, I canceled it. I go, what do you mean you canceled it? She goes, I canceled it. I go, I got on the account and my name wasn't there. Oh, I thought I had canceled it. And I go, no, it's still there.
Oh, that's just playing baby games.
Well, but she also did that with her World of Warcraft account where she was telling me that she canceled it and then I went onto the account and it was still coming out of my account.
Ooh.
And it was just like all this stuff is coming out of my account. And she's telling me, no, I canceled this. I took that away. And I go, well, did you cancel the Netflix or not? She goes, well, I mean, you have to get your own Netflix because I pay for it. And I'm like,
Why didn't you
no,
just say that in the first fucking place?
right?
It's very like it's almost okay. It's manipulative in the sense of the reason why she wouldn't do anything like that is because she knew you would come and talk to her about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes math doesn't math. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
and like the way that people do things and stuff is just doesn't make any sense. It makes sense to them. Just not everybody else.
But I said to her, why wouldn't you just say that you took me off? Like I feel that I'm kind of easy like that. If she would have just been like, well, I took you off and I don't want you to use it. And first question would be like, well, then why did you change the password then? If you don't want me to use it.
Right.
Because it did when she had something and her name was on it, I changed the password and I made sure she couldn't get onto it. But but I did add Amanda to our one of the accounts and she saw it and she's like, well, you could just take me off because I know you add your girlfriend on it. And I was like, yeah, I added her on it. I'm trying to take you off, but I can't fucking get you off the account because your phone number is still fucking connected to it and I can't get it off. You have to get it off. But that's the kind of things that she would do. And I was like, and I was like, I thought it was because I was drinking. I was like, it's me. So I stopped drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept doing that kind of stuff. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then, I had to kind of learn to like myself and love and now it's funny because more than one person has said that like the right woman will bring out your masculinity in you. And Amanda has. Like Amanda, like I'm just like, I thought I was masculine before, but I feel a little like I hate to be like, I feel masculine. Fuck now, even though I'm wearing a onesie and this giant woman's sweater, but like, you know what I mean? Like
Club her on head, bring to cave.
But like I feel now it's I'm in the she's gotten me to the point like I don't give a fuck. Fine, whatever. Fuck you.
Well,
You
what
know?
it's like, hold on, does she still try to like have that kind of communication with you about anything or
Who, my ex?
at all? Yeah.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, not since not since I told her she wasn't allowed back. Like
Okay.
she tried to come back. That was another thing. She's like, I'm gonna leave and I need to go be by myself. And I'm like, and it, you know, I
Is
gravelled and
yourself
begged.
6'5" and blonde? No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
And I did like, you know, the grovel and beg thing, and she was just like, I just want to go be, and I'm like, okay, fine. And then I was just like, whatever, go do whatever you got to do. And I was trying to be civil, and then she lied to me a bunch about a bunch of shit. And then like she one day just decided that she was coming back, and she was like, oh, I want to work on this. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to decide that you're gonna leave and not be a wife, not be a mother, and then just out of nowhere go, I want to come back and work on this after 4 months. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's not.
That was a long time.
Yeah. And I know exactly what it was is she thought she could handle it and she couldn't.
Mm.
And she wasn't going to let anybody tell her that she couldn't, even though she knew she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. Like she would always tell me that her ex didn't let her work. And then I found out that she didn't want to work. She didn't want to. Like she got fired because she didn't go to work from a job where everybody who talked about that job said they're like a family. They treat you great. They're always understanding. Like she got fired because she just didn't want to go to work. And it was like, dude, like you told me all you want to do is work and they didn't let you work. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, go work. I don't like the more money we have, the more money we have. I'm not one of those people like she makes more than me. I'm like Amanda's gonna make more than me soon. And I'm like, yes. All right. When are we getting this? When are we getting like I don't care. Like that's fine with me. But like I guess she thought that I was gonna be like okay because I was like, yeah, if you don't want to work, that's fine. Well, I'll do what I have to do, working my ass off. And then like this, working my ass off, and then I get, why do you work so much? I was like, what do you mean? If I don't work this much, we can't afford what we have. Well, I don't need everything. And then she went and wanted a $6,000 couch and bedroom set. It's like, we can't afford that if I'm not working 6 days a week. And then the whole podcast thing, like she was always like, well, you're always in the podcast room and doing the podcast. And I was like, okay, then I've told her many times. I told her I'll stop doing it then. And that's where I was wrong. That's where I fucked up. I said, fine, I'll give it up and I shouldn't have. And I didn't, thank God. But like that's not like her decision to try to make me feel bad because I'm doing something that I love. Mind you, she was home all day doing the things that she loved, and I bought her a computer so that way I literally bought her the device that she cheated on.
Oh my gosh.
And that was another thing, like I don't care what she says. Like, you should never sacrifice your goals to make someone else happy. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, because then you get into a situation like we were just talking about. Like, then
It just didn't seem like, or doesn't seem from what you're saying, that it was a good fit for the start. Not only from your past traumas, but also hers too.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like two people just
I call that trauma
wanting.
bonding.
Yeah.
We bonded over trauma. We both had had some trauma. We bonded over it, and that was it. Like,
right.
And once the trauma was, quote unquote, I guess, gone from our lives, we try to find other trauma to include. into our life,
Right.
you know,
And then it
and
just became toxic.
yeah, and I said, listen, I don't regret it. Like I don't. Listen, we both believe in God. God has a plan for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And I would, and the story of Abraham is that Abraham was damning God because he wanted a baby so badly, and God was just like, fucking relax, dude. And he's like, oh, I want a baby, and you're not gonna allow me to have one, and God's just like, fucking relax. And he's like, no, this is fucking relax. And then finally, at an older age, he became a dad, and so kind of like it resonates with me, like
Well, I
I
mean, he
want.
also did have a mistress in Hagar, but
That's true too. I don't have it. I don't have the time for any of that. But if it wasn't for that happening, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
So, you know, things happen for a reason. And when people are down and out about their lives, and I'm telling you, like, I'm the first person, like, especially with like my drinking, I would always look at AA meetings and go, those people are stupid. Those people are
Mhm.
quitters. Those people that I could never
Those
do that.
people are quitters.
And here I am 2.5 years later, like, no, that worked. Like, no, that
Yeah.
actually worked. You can actually achieve that, you know, and when people are like, I'm in a dark place, like, dude, I was in a fucking dark. I was in my room for months. I didn't leave it. I didn't do shit, really. Like my buddy Atticus moved in and we went out, and I still felt alone in a giant place. And then I would just go home and go to my room, you know, and I was in a fucking dark place, you know, and when you just think you're in the worst place and the worst possible situation, and then tomorrow happens, and the girl you've been trying to take out on a date, finally you wear her down and she lets you take you to play pool with her, and then 6 months later she's carried your child, like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know, and like I said, I had given up all hope. I was done. I was like, "Yeah, I'll have one. That's fine, and then I'll have bonus kids and whatnot." And then, like, and
Yeah.
here I am, you know, and it's kind of, it's a blessing, I'll tell you that, you know, but it's work, and and I wouldn't change it, you know? All the shit you've been through just makes you who you are, and it's you either become a better person or you just stay in it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, I think there a lot has to do though too is like if you can reflect on your past the situations that you've been in, what you've learned, what you've gone through and stuff, and actually take it to heart and not lie to yourself about the truth of what happened in
That's
your
it.
past. That's the biggest one because that's how you become more self-actualized in because you can't the only person that you will be fooling is yourself. You can't just don't lie to yourself. That's the worst thing that you can do. You can't grow if you keep lying to yourself, you know? And that's why so one thing for me and my kid will tell you, my husband will tell you, the one thing that I absolutely hate, despise is lying. I hate it. Lying. And it doesn't matter if it's a small thing or like the biggest thing. Like I hate like even like my son he knows. And I was like you will get in more trouble for the lie than for what you did. And
Yeah.
I tell him all the time. And I was like, what does mama hate the worst? And he's like, lying. And I was like, are you lying to me? And he's like, so I did blah blah blah. And I'm like, thank you. Now go up to your room for lying. Like
Yeah.
it's like, you
Yeah.
know, it's because it does everyone a disservice. It does you a disservice. It does the person that you're lying to a disservice. And it does something to your relationship too. Because what it does is it slowly erodes it. If you just keep lying and lying and lying. So
Like, with warning labels, I'm not crazy anymore sometimes. I and that was a big thing. Like we talked. And that's another thing about it. Like, you have to be, and you can't lie. You can't lie to
Yeah.
each other. She told me about her past and the jagged road that she had, and I told her about my past and the jagged road that I had. And I said, I don't care about your past. I don't care what you did. That was you before. You know,
Yeah.
just all I care about is your future. And
I want to. I'm so sorry.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, because I want to say something that I said before is like when I was talking about like respect, like you don't automatically get respect. Respect is earned. I want to retract that a little bit because it's partially true. Because I think when you first meet someone, you should treat them with respect until they
Mhm.
give you a reason not to. You know,
Mhm.
because I think that's a big thing too. And like so when you are starting off a relationship, and I think it's a good way that you guys did by going down and being like, listen, here I am on a platter, blah blah blah. So then you can start off that level of respect. Okay, here we are, and just like keep it there.
Yeah. Like
You
I
know?
because this just wow, that just opened up a fucking memory. So in the previous relationship, like I would constantly question, like, because she didn't want to be public, like she didn't want to be publicly known at all, except her TikTok, but publicly she wanted nothing to do with this. She didn't want to be on here because she didn't want, and things were, and I go, what are you not telling me? And I was
Right.
constantly asking her that question, like, what are you not telling me? Because it always felt like she was trying to hide something, with some of the things that she would say and do. And I'm like, what are you not telling me? Just fucking tell me. I don't care. And
Right.
she would, and she would, well, I don't want this out. I don't. And like, she's told me things that I've said once or twice, but I won't repeat because in all honesty, it's more out of respect and I shouldn't, but I'm going to because I'll be that person. But like, it was always like, but why? Like, why don't you want this out? Like, why can't I say this? Why can't I say that? And it's not like anything big. It's just like, that you've been married 3 times or 4 times, and you had some trauma done. Like, that's nothing. I'm not revealing the trauma. I'm just, it was just in a
Right.
conversation of like, but like, it was always like what are you hiding? Just tell me. I don't care. And I think it was right that me and Amanda had that talk from the beginning. Like, just tell me everything. I don't give a shit. You like I said,
Yeah.
your past is your past. I'm your future. We are each other's future, and that's all I care about from here on out. I care about us. Before that,
hmm
it is what it is. We all have done some shit that maybe now we question, or now we are like, ooh, I can't believe I did that.
hmm My 20s. My early 20s. Yeah.
But
That.
but it's a weird. I don't know, like the where we've come nowadays with dating and expectations of people, it's unreal.
And ooh, was Amanda here when I talked about the hoe days? Who were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Raquel from
Yeah, we were talking about Raquel.
Vanderpump
Vanderpump
Rules, and we were
Rules.
like, she went through her hoe phase on camera.
Yeah.
It's true. Everyone goes through it, guys. Everyone.
Yeah.
Boy, girl goes through it.
Yeah. And it is what it is, and but but we gotta come to a place where we treat each other better and can't expect someone to make you happy when you're out there and you're on OnlyFans and doing all this and doing all that and sleeping with this guy and sleeping with that guy. And then you want a guy to get down on his knee and pay for everything. And you still sit there and go, I'm Miss Independent. You're not. You're not Miss Independent. You
It
know,
makes me feel like a lot of kids nowadays too, because of like how prevalent internet, social media, and things are, is that kids are having a harder time figuring out who they really are and accepting who they really are and what their actual interests are, because they have to put up this facade of like, oh, I need these likes or these trends or these things just so I can be popular, not only at school too, but also because all these people are following me on social media when I get home. So,
home.
they're having a hard time. Yeah. They're having a harder time
Well,
even having this space. Like, I know it sounds
no,
like, but having that safe space to be able to, you know, have their emo phase, or have their like Dungeons and Dragons phase, or have their, all the types of just to figure out what it is that they like and they don't like, because of all this pressure, on this peer pressure to kind of fit into these different types of molds and like the same types of things. Because I
yeah,
bet you half the people that say that they're Swifties are not.
I, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They just want to be cool, and it's
Yeah.
just. I mean, and
And I like the number 13 before she did, so I'm reclaim that number.
that was one of my. It's not a phase. We're still doing it here. Well, not yet, but we have D&D shit all over the house. It's not a phase. But and now a lot of the stuff and now when we were growing up, we went through our emo phase and we didn't post it anywhere. We didn't have people taking video of us.
MySpace.
Well, yeah, and that's
It was
long
on our
gone.
song on our page.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's right. But we didn't
The
have
bands we like.
we didn't have these quote unquote and to be honest with you, influencers are probably the worst thing for society right now.
Oh yeah.
And a social media
With
influencer
the Joneses.
is the worst. I'm sorry, you are probably the worst person on the planet. You should not be an influence on anybody. You know who should be your influence? Your parents.
Yeah.
And or somebody with good morals. Like I saw videos of this girl, she's jumping on top of a Lamborghini and she's breaking
Oh, yeah.
windows and doing these, stupid TikTok challenges and all that stuff. Like that's not you shouldn't be
Well, the
influenced to do that
difference
shit.
the difference is that kids nowadays don't just see it on their family computer, where they have to wait 10 minutes while they make a sandwich for dial-up to like get started, right?
You remember
And
that?
like they're in the middle of the freaking living room where everyone can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
now they just have it on their phone or their tablet or any type of like smart device. On their freaking TV is a smart device now, so they are constantly bombarded with content, influence. And it's just getting insane. Like, I actually fear for kids when they grow older, not having a sense of nostalgia, in a
Yeah.
sense, for the same things as we do as like 90s 80s kids, because there's so much content out there that there isn't like, I guess, like one central hub. Like we get
Yeah.
like, not Nick at Night, but like what was the Friday night? Yeah.
There's a
What's it?
family this day and
What was
age.
it called?
Leading TGIF, baby.
TGIF. Yeah, you got your Sabrina, the Teenage
TGIF.
Witch, and
You got the
Full House, and
Winslows.
Boy
You got
Meets World.
Step by
Oh
Step.
man, Family Matters.
Yeah.
You
Full
know?
House. You had that like kind of wholesome, like family oriented thing, and now it's not. Like you can't even have fucking Roseanne back on Roseanne, like because of social issues. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like the big thing back in our day was like the very special episode of Roseanne when one of the daughters got touched by the neighbors and Dan was just out fucking about to rip the neighbor's head off, or and a dad being a fucking dad. And now, there's no dad involved, and I'm an independent woman, and I'm divorced. I got 6 kids, and I'm doing it on my own, but maybe I'll date this guy. And it's like, but
It's more graphic
Yeah, a lot.
nowadays. It's like the wholesomeness that you would see in TV now is what is mocked.
Yeah. Yep.
It's somebody mocking that.
You know what the problem is now? All those kids got stuffed in their lockers, and now they're just trying to take it out on the world.
Dude, I'm telling you, we're living in Revenge of the Nerds. I've been saying it forever. Okay. Like all the kids that got like pushed into lockers and things like that and hated the jocks, they're the ones that like were all on the computers and stuff. And they made all these social media things. And now they're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, but fuck you too. You know? So like it's crazy. We're definitely living in Revenge of the Nerds. 100%.
If you don't believe it, look at Facebook. The Winklevoss twins were the rowing fucking goddess Adonises in fucking Yale. They were these beautiful gentlemen in Yale who were smart and everything. And Mark Zuckerberg was just like, fuck you guys. I'm going to take over Facebook. You guys can suck my dick. I'm just going to, you guys are gone. See you guys later. I'm just going to take over and be the biggest thing on the internet. I'm going to buy Instagram too. Fuck all y'all. And it was just like, what the fuck? And yeah. But listen, next week, because we're already over 2 hours, I really want to talk about this guy I saw on TikTok who got killed on social media for not having an opinion on something. Because he's an influencer and he has a big platform. So his name is Mario. And since he has a big platform and hasn't taken a stance on it, they're trying to cancel him. And there was another thing. Crap, it went in and came back out. But it had to do with that kind of stuff. Like, dude, like the thing, like I said, with influencers, like just because they're
also another problem is that everyone's supposed to have an opinion on something. Like, and it's like verboten for you to be like, I don't care. Yeah. Like, and then you're like, oh well, you're just an awful person. It's like it has nothing to do with me. Why the fuck should I care?
And that's why social media influencers are the worst. But
we have opinions on everything on here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna influence you on anything. If the only thing I'll influence you is on watching us. That's my only influence. Watch us. That's it. But so yeah, so that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us.
Cool. That was awesome.